Hi everyone, this is Clara with Card Stamping with Clara. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I appreciate you joining me here today. I have 8 cards laid out again today that I hope you will find interesting and give you some ideas as to how to use another one of our Stampin' Up! Sets. If you would please, before we get started, if you'd push that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And we'll get started here. The first card today is this, what I think is a really pretty butterfly set. It is done in Bermuda Bay, the black, the Daffodil Delight. Then we have 2 layers of the butterflies, which I'll show you about in a few minutes. And on the inside, it said, "Life is sweeter with friends like you," with a little stamped butterfly down the corner. So as you can see, this is a very, very simple card, but yet very pretty. So we're going to do this one. It won't take long to do it today, but this is the one that I have chosen to do. I'm going to show you a few of these others that I made from the same set. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you the set next so that you can see where these images came from. The stamp set is the Beauty Abounds, and it is pretty much designed around friendship. The sentiments are, our friendship isn't one big thing, but like it's a million little ones. Out of the whole world of people, a friend is someone who chooses you. There's a little thanks and for you and hello. Some little butterflies. I guess you could say a kind of a spray of flowers. Some little dots. And looks like bubbles to me. At least that's the way I used them. So it's a nice, clean set. It's the rubber. As you can see, I've got one of the little butterfly stamps out right now that I used to stamp on the inside of this card. Along with that, we're going to be using the Butterfly Beauty Thinlits die. And I'm going to show you what's in here. It's just lots of things. There is this Thinlit that you can layer on top of this Thinlit, which is what I did for the card today. So these are all joined together, as you can see, but it makes for a real pretty design on a card. And along with those, these have become some of my favorite things, these little ones. I've got them all turned in different ways and things, but there's lots of these little butterflies. Some that looks like they're sitting, there's 2 of those. Here's a couple of the same one. And then some tiny ones that I've used on some of the cards today. Then, if that's not enough, we still got some more little ones. And we have sort of a berry sprig, or, you know, just whatever you want to use it for. And more butterflies. Then some of these cut out around the smaller butterflies. So as you can see, they've put several of these in the set so that you can run several of these through your big shot at one time, and it saves time, and you know, it just works really nicely. So along with that, the only other thing that I'm going to use on this particular card is out of this Detailed with Love set, and it says, "Life is sweeter with friends like you." I did use that sentiment because I had used the others in this set for other cards, so I just decided to use that one, something a little bit different. The next card I'm going to show you, I'll tell you about what I did to achieve this look. I took some masking paper and my die, and I cut out the butterflies, and then I put the masking paper on this piece of Whisper White paper, which, you know, it looks blue. Well, what I did was I took one of our little spritzer bottles like this one, and excuse my buzzer there, I put alcohol in it, and a couple of drops of the Pacific Point, my refill for my ink pad, and got that color, and I spritzed it with that, and it gives you a whole new option for a card out of these butterflies. They dry really quick, and it gives it kind of an unusual look. So I use that, wishing you well, and put a little stamp at the bottom. So I'll lay that one over. For this one, it's a different look too. I took the same butterfly thinlits, and this time I cut a piece of Sizzix adhesive paper, just like this that I'm going to use today. I use this, and I cut the butterfly design out of the thinlit again with the Sizzix paper. Then I peeled off one side and stuck it to the front of this. Actually, it started out to be a Bermuda Bay. Excuse me. This one's not Bermuda Bay. This one is Pool Party. I used this Pool Party piece of cardstock, and that protected, when I put down the Sizzix adhesive sheet, I had one side that was not sticky. So before I took off the final one, I took one of my little sponge daubers and daubed all the way around there with this gorgeous grape color. And after I got all that done, to my satisfaction, it almost gives it a powdery look. But when I took off the last sheet, the last side of the adhesive sheet, then I took the Dazzling Diamonds glitter and sprinkled it all over and kind of pressed it down. And that's how you get all that glitter on this this butterfly set. So it gives it a real unique look, and you get lots of sparkle. And I don't know, I think about butterflies, I also think about sparkle. So this one says, out of a whole world of people, a friend is someone who chooses you. And I put a little purple butterfly down in the corner. So that was one of the more detailed ones. This one, I used the sentiment, our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little ones. And I also used the little bubbles, and I thought that made it cute and fun. And I used another die from another set that we have, and put the Coastal Cabana under it. When using this particular die, it's always good to have a solid color underneath. It just shows that better. I also used some of the new paper the package is called How Sweet It Is, and it's really cute paper. As you can see, it's got all kinds of stripes in it. So that was sort of a fun card, and that gave you another option out of this set. This one, I used the spray. I'm still not sure what to call this, but I used it. As you can see, it came out of the set. And I used some of the embossing powder that came in the new color set, and it's called Me Clover is the name of that. Then I went back and I took some of the Gorgeous Grape water marker pens, and I colored it in purple. I cut out all kinds of little colored butterflies from the dies. And this is this paper is the back side of it's called Painted Seasons DSP, and it's got flowers on one side, and it's got this kind of square, I don't know what design, but it's green and white, and I put it on the Call Me Clover card stock. So anyway, that's the way I decided to do this one. And then I used a different sentiment, thinking of you, and this is the one that I used the little sprig in. So there's a different look. This one is a totally different look. It's a birthday card. Make a wish and enjoy your birthday. And I just kind of went bubble crazy on this one. I used the flamingo, the Flirty Flamingo, put a little strip, and then I used the Be Mine stitch framelits to make this little scalloped edge on this one. And then this is a set of sentiments that says "Grand is life is grand," that we have right now in the Occasions catalog. And you know, this would make a great birthday card for a female. Do it in blue, and you've got one for a male. So you know, either way, you know, it serves the purpose. Did another happy birthday, and with another panel, more butterflies to coordinate. I used the soft seafoam color cardstock in the black to really make it pop. I also used the crackle background stamp that is new in the Occasions catalog. And I'm really growing to like this. I've seen all kinds of cards done with this one, and I just really like it. It gives you another option, something kind of unique. But anyway, this one's a birthday card, and this one says, "Hope your day brings just what it should, happiness, health, and everything good." And then some little butterflies floating around. And the last one, I decided to use a little piece of foil for this one. It's some more of that Grapefruit Grove. Unfortunately, that foil is sold out right now, but you could use the gold or the silver or any other color. It'd have the same effect. And I used the Coastal Cabana cardstock. I also used a piece of DSP that coordinates with the Coastal Cabana. I just felt like the butterflies look better against something solid for the most part than laying on a busy piece of DSP. But it still adds some, I don't know, some accents and what have you to this one. And this says, "Life is sweeter with friends like you." Okay, those are the cards for this week. And I'm going to show you how to put this butterfly card together. I'll just lay it down here, maybe where you can see it. I've got it prepared, so it won't take much time to put it together today. Lay these over here. All right. We are using a half a sheet of Bermuda Bay. That's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're also using a piece of the black cardstock. It is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And the Daffodil Delight is 3 3/4 by 5. And you will be able to click on this particular card, and it will take you to the instructions. It will take you to the supply list. It'll have all the measurements on it, and it'll even enable you from my website to connect to the video if you want to, so you can rewatch the video. But I tried to make it so that you'd have all the information that you need, and that it wouldn't be hard to find, because it's really frustrating if you want to find something and it's just, you know, it's like it's hiding sometimes. Okay, we're going to glue these together. We're going to start with the black, and I guess we will put the Daffodil Delight on it. So we'll do that first. I'm using this liquid glue by Tombow. Trying to have as many steps as I can done so it doesn't waste a lot of your time, like I've said in the past. If you are someone that is new and you don't know what scoring is, and you want to see how I stamped them, or how you run things through the die through the Big Shot, then go to one or two of the first videos that I have out there, and you'll get some information from that. Okay, all right, there's the Daffodil Delight. And now we're going to put this on the Bermuda Bay card front. You know, I found out that the colors that you use make a lot of difference in the appearance of your card. And as you can see, this doesn't even have DSP in it. This is just a real simple card. You don't have to have a lot of supplies to do it. Okay, let's see. Believe that's good. All right, see how simple that is? Now then, the next step is I am going to put one of the butterflies on. We're going to put the one that's in Bermuda Bay, and as you can see, I've got some little pieces. And the reason I want to show you two ways that you can do this. When I prepared this card, I used glue, this same mono glue right here. And I just went around and, you know, chose my places and stuck it right to the card front. But the other option is to use this Sizzix adhesive paper or adhesive sheets, and you just cut a piece that's wide enough for your whatever your image is, in this case butterflies. And so I stuck that, took off, you lay it down, and you just peel this little bit back. There's a little tiny border, like I've said before, and then you can stick it right to your cardstock. Then I ran it through well, mine is not a Big Shot anymore because it's an electric one, because like I said before, I hurt my shoulder. But anyway, whatever you use makes no difference. Big Shots work fine unless you're old and decrepit. I'll put it that way. But anyway, this is the adhesive sheet on the back. So what I'm going to do is take my pointy tool. This is called a pick your tool, actually. And I'm going to see if I can separate it. Should be able to. Okay. Well, there we go. I think it's trying to, there. Okay. Once you get it started, it's no problem. It's just a matter of getting it started. So I took my brush, and this little brush right here, which is really handy to have, and basically cleaned all the little pieces out last night when I cut this out. So now we're going to take this off, and if there's a piece left, it'll probably pull it out. And if not, we'll just make sure that, you know, we'll poke it out, whatever it takes. All right, see how easy that comes off? And it's just sticking to my finger like crazy. So I'm going to do this. Now you can position it. And as you can see, this butterfly is a great big image. Oops. Well, Clara's fumbling as usual. All right. What we don't want to do is for it to be hanging off the side of the card. Okay. I think with this other one, I cut part of the butterfly off, but when I trimmed the Daffodil Delight, but as you can see, there is enough room. It just hangs over right at the edge, and there's enough room to put your butterfly right there, or your set of butterflies, I shouldn't say. So all you have to do is just press that down, and you're good to go. And no glue on the front of your card, no mess. You know, it's just more foolproof than using glue. All right, this one doesn't have as many, it's not as intricate with all the little veins and things in the butterfly. But, you know, you'll see it gives it a nice effect. Okay, we're going to separate this one. I think I used the same dye in the first one. This one's going to have a little bit different effect, but I still think it'll be pretty. The black just does something to make the other colors pop. That's really what it's for. Okay. The only hard part is you just offset it just a tiny little bit to give it the look that we have here. Okay. All right. There you go. This is what I'm going to do. This one hung over just a tiny little bit. And if that happens, just take your scissors and trim it just a tiny little bit. It won't hurt a thing. Okay. Now then, see, you can seal this down, and then all of these little antennae have got glue on them too, and that's really nice because when you're trying to put glue on them, it's a little bit difficult. Okay, now you get to see the difference. This one, it was exactly the same dye that I used, and I used the Bermuda Bay in the black. This one, I used one of each. I used the more intricate one and then the little bit of black on top. So, you know, it's a matter of personal preference. Whichever one you like, use that one. You know, use the two the same or one of each, or, you know, whatever you choose. But they're made so that you can layer them like this. Okay, now then, we'll do the inside. And as you can see, you don't have much room to put a sentiment on that front. I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to show you one that I played with a long time ago. You can get it on the cardstock, and you can put something vertically if you really want to have something on the front of your card. But this was one that I was just playing with way back when. And I actually like the colors in this one that I'm doing today much better. Okay, let's put these together. And okay, I have got a speck. There it came off. I thought it was ink, but apparently I just picked up a hitchhiker. All right, let's glue this. Wasn't satisfied with the first, so I flipped her over and did it over. And you can always do this with this thick cardstock. Now, if it's not very thick, you may see through, so that won't work. But, you know, by using this nice thick cardstock that Stampin' Up! Has, you can always flip it over if it's a little bit out of sync with the center, whatever it is that you don't like. Okay, let me lift this up. Slide that over just a tad. Okay, I think we're good. Now we'll put a little glue on the back of this. We're almost finished. Okay, now then, there again, if you want to see how to line up things with the Stamparatus, or you want to see the dies go through the Big Shot, you can always refer to one of the first, I think, couple videos. I showed both of those things. This one has got a little stamped butterfly. That's the one that's actually on a block over here that I just used to stamp it. I didn't use the Stamparatus for that. But, you know, it just saves some time to go ahead and have it stamped and what have you. So there you go. I think it's simple, and I think it's also very pretty. So we're finished with this one, and I hope that you will enjoy seeing what I've done with this, and I'm sure you'll have ideas of your own. Again, I'm Card Stamping with Clara. I have a new host code out for March. And if you spend as much as $150, don't use this. Just use it if you're spending less than $150, because once you reach the $150 level, you get $15 worth of merchandise that you can choose anything out of the catalog. The occasions catalog that this stamp set and die are in will only be good until I think it's the end of May, May 31st or May 30th, whatever May ends on, I'm not sure. The $50 freebies, if you spend $50, you can choose from different sets. I showed you some of those last week. Those will only go on until March 31st. So it's a little less than a month now, and Celebration is going to be over. The Occasions catalog will still be good for a little while, but the Celebration will be done, and you won't be able to get free items. And if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up, this is the time, because you can get so much more merchandise for, well, one option is $99, the other one's $129, and you get like $175 worth of product. So if you're interested in either one of those, or you would like to see the free items, just go to my webpage, Card Stamping with Clara, and click on promotions, and underneath promotions you'll find my promotion, which is anybody that orders $50 worth of merchandise, I'll give you a free ink pad, a Memento Tuxedo Black, because that's what you need with all the Stampin' Up blend or Stampin' blends and what have you. And you can use it for other things too. Or if you've got one, I'll give you a refill. And then along with that, if you spend $50, you can choose an item out of the Celebrations catalog. And if you just look under Stampin' Up promotions on my web page, it'll take you right to the catalogs. You can, take your time and look at them and see if any of those things interest you, or which ones, you might want to use. So I guess that's pretty much it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. The good Lord willing, I'll be back again next week. And in a couple of weeks, when the March, the March Paper Pumpkin kit gets here, I'm anxious to show you that, because it's a kit that you can order once a month, or you can order it 3 months at a time, or you can order it for a whole year, whatever you choose. And it comes with, it comes in such a way that you don't have to purchase, stamps. You don't have to purchase the ink pads, and the cards are already cut. It comes with envelopes and things. So if you're a person that just likes to craft occasionally, and you don't want to get into it big time, so to speak, and do it all the time, Paper Pumpkin might be a really good option. So we're going to be doing one of those, and it's a really good time to consider purchasing one, because you get an extra stamp set in it this month in March. So we'll see if it gets here before the next video. If not, it'll probably be here by the following video. So I'm looking forward to that and showing you that. And that's pretty much the upcoming events and the updates on the celebration. So you all have a good week out there, and may the good Lord bless you and keep you, and I will see you in a week. Thank you for your time.